first heard the term meme in the context of complex algorithm and collective evolution, and understand the word originates from imitation, which is easy due to mime and mimic. I've only ever pronounced it meme. I recently heard a drag queen say me and found it contextually apt. After all, the web age phenomena creates a massive group of those in the know via shared banal content that's ubiquitous whether or not the origin is fully understood. It gets shared because it's relatable. We're all basically sitting around raising our hand when we understand and or approve of things like me. I feel pride in not being aware of memes. In much the same manner, I feel pride in not having seen a popular movie such as Forrest Gump. There was a thing that the collective valued which contributed absolutely nothing to my life, and that garbage thrown at the wall will either stick and I'll glean meaning enough to participate in society, or it won't stick and its consumption is inconsequential. The modern media I've abstained from consuming is multitudinous. I now seek the term in the context where I originally approved its usage. Enter Wikipedia. Wikipedia says meme is an idea, behavior, or style that spreads from person to person within a culture, often with the aim of conveying a particular phenomenon, theme, or meaning represented by the meme. A meme acts as a unit for carrying cultural ideas, symbols, or practices that can be transmitted from one mind to another through writing, speech, gestures, rituals, or other imitable phenomena with a mimicked theme. Supporters of the concept regard memes as cultural analogs to genes in that they self-replicate, mutate, and respond to selective pressures. Proponents theorize that memes are a viral phenomenon that may evolve by natural selection in a manner analogous to that of biological evolution. Memes do this through the process of variation, mutation, competition, and inheritance, each of which influences a meme's reproductive success. Memes spread through the behavior that they generate in their hosts. Memes that propagate less prolifically may become extinct, while others may survive, spread, and, for better or worse, mutate. Memes that replicate most effectively enjoy more success, and some may replicate effectively even when they prove to be detrimental to the welfare of their hosts. A field of study called memetics arose in the 1990s to explore the concepts and transmission of memes in terms of an evolutionary model. Criticism from a variety of fronts has challenged the notion that academic study can examine memes empirically. However, developments in neuroimaging may make empirical study possible. Some commentators in the social sciences question the idea that one can meaningfully categorize culture in terms of discrete units, and are especially critical of the biological nature of the theory's underpinnings. Others have argued that this use of the term is the result of a misunderstanding of the original proposal. The word meme is a neologism? I've only ever read it, not very much, not sure. Coined by Richard Dawkins. It originated from Dawkins' 1976 book, The Selfish Gene. Dawkins' own position is somewhat ambiguous. He welcomed N.K. Humphrey's suggestion that memes should be considered as living structures, not just metaphorically, and proposed to regard memes as physically residing in the brain. Later he argued that his original intentions, presumably before his approval of Humphrey's opinion, had been simpler. The word meme is a shortening, modeled on gene, of mimeme, from ancient Greek, pronounced mimema, imitated thing, from mimeisto, to imitate, from mimos, mime. Coined by British evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins in The Selfish Gene, 1976, as a concept for discussion of evolutionary principles in explaining the spread of ideas and cultural phenomena. Examples of memes given in the book included melodies, catchphrases, fashion, and the technology of building arches. Kenneth Pike coined the related terms imic and etic, generalizing the linguistic idea of phoneme, morpheme, grapheme, lexeme, and tagmeme, which that's just putting the like melody, phonetic would be phoneme, morph that would be the thing, fashion, right? Graph, that would be, wouldn't graphing be like the art, thus fashion? Lexicon, lexeme, I'm not sure, but phoneme, morpheme, grapheme, lexeme, tagmeme, as set out by Leonard Bloomfield, characterizing them as insider view and outsider view of behavior, and extending the concept into a tagmemic theory of human behavior, culminating in language in relation to a unified theory of the structure of human behavior, from 1954. Origins. The word meme originated with Richard Dawkins' 1976 book, The Selfish Gene. Dawkins cites as inspiration the work of geneticist L. Cavalli-Sforza, anthropologist F.T. Cloak, and ethologist J.M. Cullen. Dawkins wrote that evolution depended not on the particular chemical basis of genetics, but only on the existence of a self-replicating unit of transmission. In the case of biological evolution, the gene. For Dawkins, the meme exemplified another self-replicating unit with potential significance in explaining human behavior and cultural evolution. Although Dawkins invented the term meme and developed meme theory, the possibility that ideas were subject to the same pressures of evolution as were biological attributes was discussed in Darwin's time. T.H. Huxley claimed that the struggle for existence holds as much in the intellectual as in the physical world. A theory is a species of thinking, and its right to exist is coextensive with its power of resisting extinction by its rivals. Dawkins used the term to refer to any cultural entity that an observer might consider a replicator. He hypothesized that one could view many cultural entities as replicators and pointed to melodies, fashions, and learned skills as examples. Memes generally replicate through exposure to humans, who have evolved as efficient copiers of information and behavior. Because humans do not always copy memes perfectly, and because they may refine, combine, or otherwise modify them with other memes to create new memes, they can change over time. Dawkins likened the process by which memes survive and change through the evolution of culture to the natural selection of genes in biological evolution. Dawkins defined the meme as a unit of cultural transmission or a unit of imitation and replication, but later definitions would vary. The lack of a consistent, rigorous, and precise understanding of what typically makes up one unit of cultural transmission remains a problem in debates about memetics. In contrast, the concept of genetics gained concrete evidence with the discovery of the biological functions of DNA. Meme transmission requires a physical medium, such as photons, sound waves, touch, taste, or smell, because memes can be transmitted only through the senses. Dawkins noted that in a society with culture, a person need not have descendants to remain influential in the actions of individuals thousands of years after their death. And there's an excerpt thing. But if you contribute to the world's culture, if you have a good idea, it may live on intact long after your genes have dissolved in the common pool. Socrates may or may not have a gene or two alive in the world today, as G.C. Williams has remarked, but who cares? The meme complexes of Socrates, Leonardo, Copernicus, and Marconi are still going strong. Although Dawkins invented the term meme, he has not claimed that the idea was entirely novel, and there have been other expressions for similar ideas in the past. In 1904, Richard Seaman published the meme, which appeared in English in 1924 as the nim. The term nim was also used in Maurice Maeterlinck's The Life of the White Ant, 1926, with some parallels to Dawkins' concept. Memetic life cycle, transition, retention. Memes, analogous to genes, vary in their aptitude to replicate. Successful memes remain and spread, whereas unfit ones stall and are forgotten. Thus, memes that prove more effective at replicating and surviving are selected in the meme pool. So the more well-popular and well-known it is, the more likely it's going to become a meme. Memes first need retention. The longer a meme stays in its host, the higher its chances of propagation are. When a host uses a meme, the meme's life is extended. Would use, in this day and age, be the consumption, and the extension would be sharing? So you could view a meme, but if you didn't share it, you weren't transmitting it. But what is it about us? Why is it that we see fit to share these things? Are we so desperately searching for a connection in a life barren of actual intimate interaction with human beings because the separation afforded to us by technology and popular media is so alienating that we happily participate in the popular media show and devour what is popular in the hopes that it makes us part of something, that we find that group of like minds? That's interesting, because I've found that the more proponents of a culture, the more contaminated it becomes. My experience is first and foremost referring to My Little Pony. When people who were really into My Little Pony before G4 My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, the popular show, people who were really into My Little Pony before the popular show tended to be of a like mind. But the more people entered that community and got on board with that idea and became fans, pushing, transmitting the My Little Pony world, the less that held true. In fact, I genuinely believe that at the rate we consume media, our social, our morals, our social identity, nothing about us can be determined by what we've been exposed to and latch on to at this point. And for that reason, I do not want to have tattoos of things that I like, because I don't want people drawn to me because they like what I like. That stopped meaning something, I think, a long time before my lifetime, but it seems especially apparent to me, just being that I liked what I liked, and I was really weird, and I didn't have any friends, and then it's like, oh, now the world is internet, and oh, that's not actually unique that I like those things. There's like tons and tons of other people who like what I like and who are generally similar to who I am. What's that's done is made me less of a prize to people IRL and made me more wary of who I interact with in either scenario. It's like you can't judge the content by the cover type of theory, but I don't have an eloquent way of saying it. So, this is talking about memes before they were annoying things that everybody talked about and shared for a minute, when they were things vital to survival, such as learning to use tools. And I think just as much melodies, because music enriches life and it gets us through difficult activities. Like, that's why there's slave songs, because it's easier to work while you sing. That's why I started my day singing about my vacuum. Remember, it's not a circle, it's a spiral. Decepticons, roll out!